Men really experience life through women. A lot of them don't even try new restaurants or travel without a woman introducing them. I'm going to take the time right now to wholeheartedly agree with that statement. I feel like I made that statement because I said this all the time. Like, for example, like if there's a yacht party going on, right? You'll just see mad girls enjoying their time, drinking, having a good time, twerking, slapping each other's behinds, everything. But if a man is throwing a yacht party or a boat party, it's like, nah, we need women to be there. Like everything that y'all do, you need women to have fun. Like we can go out, like we can go just on a brunch date with all of our friends and just have a great time and leave together. But y'all go in the hopes that you'll meet somebody, or like, like y'all start splitting up and talking to different girls, and it's just like, or like the post says itself, like restaurants, like a lot of guys, especially here in New York, I don't think y'all know that there's millions of restaurants. Y'all be doing the same ones like STK, like, oh, we don't got Roof Chris no more, but like STK, BK Chop. Y'all doing all these other stuff, but y'all don't know about these low key restaurants, even better restaurants. Like, oh, I was about to say my favorite restaurant. I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's like a lot of men don't experience things unless they experience it through women. I don't care if it's your mom, your sister, whoever the woman is in your life. Y'all don't experience certain luxuries unless it's for a woman, like from a woman.
The only way that you see us out and about in clubs or these yacht parties is because you're looking for men. Okay? That's the only reason you see us, okay? We don't seek you out. Right? You. Right? Your level. We don't seek you out, shit, okay? Right? You your lane is people looking for an experience and whatnot, okay? It's not looking for anything substantial. Okay, I know you weren't talking about that, but I take umbrage and shit because personally speaking, I don't want to go anywhere with you because you want to embarrass me. Okay? You'll embarrass me. I feel like putting a bag on my fucking head. Can't take you anywhere because you act like children and shit. You make a big deal out of dinner. It's fucking dinner. Two people sit down, have a meal, and dip. Okay? Alright? I pay for it if I ask you to. If I ask your ass out, I pay for it and shit, okay? If we meet somewhere, we hash it out and shit, okay? I haven't paid for many dinners, okay? I haven't paid for many dinners. I didn't crack much ass, though, and I'm not select, okay? And I just get tired. I don't want to go nowhere with your ass. I don't want to travel with you and shit because you're a child. Even if I ain't never been nowhere, I don't want to go nowhere with your ass and shit because I feel like we'll be grouped up and we'll be seen in a negative light and shit. Why do you think that is? Because of the way you behave and shit. You know, when you talked about being at the boat party or whatever, you were talking about being on there drinking and yapping it up and twerking and shit. Now, there's a time and a place for everything. Shit, and it's just cringe. You know, any guy, any normal guy, is not gonna want to go nowhere with your ass except, to an eatery and then maybe a movie and bang your ass out maybe at a hourly or Airbnb or some shit. I don't want to go back to your fucking place. I don't want to make that connection and shit. I only want to make a physical connection with you at best. At worst, it's just like hi and bye. I see your ass at work and then I be clocking out because I got better things to do. Okay, you're a work wife type person and shit. You remind me of one of these people that don't know how to separate business from pleasure. And everything you do, you have to infest it like a fucking virus and shit. Like I'm offended that you would say that you introduce a lot of stuff to us and shit. The men that you introduce to traveling and everything shouldn't be traveling. Okay? The men that you introduce, a majority of them anyway, and shit. I would not deny another man his right to explore and become something better and shit. But you guys see it differently. Like you're doing something. You're thumbing your nose. I hate the fact that I hate your hubris. Okay, you're mid. I looked at your fucking page and shit. And Kings, I blotted out the name of her page because she isn't worthy of your attention. But she calls herself Miss Bitch and says she just be saying ish. I do troll back. So she's trolling. Okay? You go out in groups. Okay? You don't go out by yourself and shit unless you paying. Right? You'll be paying with me and I'm not select. I wouldn't go nowhere with your ass. You're gonna have to come get me out of my house. You're literally gonna have to come in that shit like a SWAT team, with your drawers down, and get me up out of that bitch. And I'm not going nowhere unless I hit it first. Okay? I'm not going nowhere. I don't mind taking you to a fucking movie or a moderate eatery and shit. I'm not taking you to a steakhouse or none of that shit. I'm not marrying your fucking ass because you have a shitty mindset. Alright, there's no pure bonding with you. Look how you fucking talk. Look how you talk, man. You guys don't have any fucking filter. It's either 0 to 1,000 or nothing. Okay? And just in your face. All I gotta do is sit up and hear your kindergarten talk game and shit, and it's gonna bore the fuck out of me. I'm gonna be like when the draws fall. Okay, for even that. Okay, the way you look and everything, I wouldn't care if I got laid or not. I wouldn't be nowhere with your ass unless you was paying. And I'm a non-select. Okay? I get it. Why y'all always gotta get on here and, you know, toot your own horn and shit, okay? This reeks of false flagging and clout chasing and shit. You did write Miss Bitch on your page and say you troll back. It's your troll, bitch. Okay? You ain't have to order me up or nothing. I came here without the benefit of Amazon or any other delivery stuff. Right to your digital doorstep. Okay? The picture on your profile. That thumbnail is the best looking picture you on your fucking page. And we get tired of seeing you in your bonnet and just talking reckless, man. And you don't have no life experience yourself. Even if you travel, you stay the same. You don't learn shit. Kings, I want to tell you a story about my direct older sibling. All right, she had a certain type of a job. She went on a press junket to Europe and visited a number of countries, ending with Italy and a trip to the Colosseum. Okay, Colosseum. I asked her what she learned from being over there. This black woman who taught me how to read and write and everything, how to reason and shit. My greatest enemy in life. The antithesis of me as a human being, as a living entity. You know what she told me? She told me, man, there's a lot of white people in Europe. I didn't know what to say about that shit, man. I didn't know what to say because I had a job. I was working as a security. I was working as a security guard, all right, in a certain business, working as a security guard. And I went back to my dead end job with a raised brow. I said, man, she gets all these opportunities. She don't learn nothing from it. She don't expand as a person. She gets worse every fucking year. She retracts. She doesn't expand and shit. I'm like wondering how she taught me how to fucking read. Well, why she taught me how to read? Why waste the time and shit if you wanted somebody on your level and shit? Just leave us dumb. You're the first teachers of the child and shit. And I can tell you if I was a knuckle dragon, tilt down Neanderthal man and shit, melanated. I still ain't paying. I ain't doing nothing with you. You can introduce me to all the shit you want and shit. Basically, all I need you to introduce me to is your butt bent over. Okay? That's crass for me to say shit. I just can't find no other use for her as a person. Her talk game is trash. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about, anything above base level social media, crap, or entertainment or the show she watches. She going to tell me about her kids. Showing pictures of fucking kids. That's a good way to start a romantic interaction and shit, or any kind of organic interaction and shit. They don't know how to relate to people. They call us dusties and all this shit. They basically cannot communicate or act like a decent human being in polite society shit. They act like kids and shit. So when you're going out, you're just chaperoning her. Even if you're supposed to be on a date, you're chaperoning. She has shitty behaviors. Okay, and she's above reproach. She's a black woman. They don't take accountability for shit. Throwing up in my mouth. They don't take accountability for shit. They just go somewhere and act like a fool and shit. They always want to go to parties and sit down and drink and, wear garish fashion. Then you don't see nobody else wearing it unless they looking for a black, base level black man and shit or pookie. Okay? Not people gang. Nah, people gang, you guys love talking shit. I like keeping that same energy and to return this to you. Okay? The best picture of you that I currently seen was in your thumbnail and shit. And that's, you wearing that shit, I'm gonna take you to Applebee's, Denny's, some shit like that. Maybe in the West Coast, I'll take you to, go to Lucille's and shit. That's the best it's gonna get. I'm not gonna take you to no big time steakhouse or nothing. We ain't doing shit. You know, I don't even want to drive your fucking ass there if I was driving and shit. You know, I wouldn't want to drive your fucking ass there. You can meet me there. Just take an Uber. We could just take a. I'll order a car. We can go there together and shit. And then if depending on what I hear, I'll order you a car back by yourself, or you could go with me. Okay. And all that's gonna happen, I'm gonna clap your fucking cheeks. Okay. If even that. Then I tell you, kings out there, you know, see these mid-level women with this trash talk game and this, you know, mid-level presentation, you know, this low-level, low-brow presentation and shit. They should be highly proficient and shit as a one-night stand. Okay, it sounds shitty to say that. I want to treat women like princesses. Okay, I want to cater to a woman. I want to do some incredible shit. Okay, but my simp is dead. My inner simp is dead, man. I ain't no out of bitterness. It's just that, like, why put the work in and shit? Look what we working with. Okay, I went on a date before I went to a friend's wedding and shit. I had a date, and I worked in a certain industry, so I was provided with a limo. All right, this is California. All right, had a limo, went to a young lady's house, and I had like a little bag with an atomizer in it and some other shit because, you know, even back in the mid 2000s and shit, coming up to some woman with a handful of flowers on the West Coast is laughable. Get a chick laughing in your face and trolling, trashing your ass. That's across ethnic lines. So I went there, had the little bag and everything. And, you know, my boy was driving the limo. And we went and had a date and everything. But it was still just very clunky and awkward, man. It was so clunky. 40% on my part, 60% on the lady's part. She was a very attractive lady, unlike yourself and shit. You know? Very attractive lady and shit, unlike yourself. And I went to my friend's wedding and shit. And it was kind of like a bus. We didn't do anything after that. Right? But she did exhibit some boorish behavior I'm not going to talk about. She did. Can put me off. Right? And it was already too late. I felt bad that I had to go on that specific date. But I just wanted to look nice anyway. It was more like a little pageantry thing and shit. And she liked it too. She liked it too. Alright? But I would not take on such a date. We can share a Lyft or an Uber and shit to our destination. You know, have a bite, you know, go see a movie, maybe have some blah blah talk, see how it goes. I don't know how I feel. It depends on if you have anything I'm looking for physically, you know, to bang out. If not, then, you know, you'll be ferried back home. I could go back with you to your house and make sure you get in there safe and shit and dip out. Or you could just opt to get in a fucking car, your own car. I'll call you your own fucking Lyft. You can take your monkey ass back home and shit. Continue your bullshit on TikTok. And I can go about my business and find a real person and shit. Somebody I want to treat like a princess, that I want to cater to. Somebody I want to have a decent conversation with. Some kind of organic experience. That shit is a high, man. Okay, it's a high you don't understand. You can't understand because you're limited. Alright? You're average at best. Kings, keep your head on a swivel. Protect your bag, and above all else, do not make fallen women stewards of your home. Okay? Do not make fallen women the mothers of your children. Okay? I can't stress that last part enough. Do not make fallen women the stewards of your household or the mothers of your children. Okay? SYS, means that yourself black man. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. Shit, okay? All praise to the Most High.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.